Yeah, Assalamu alaikum. Let's quickly first take a look at the SPY. Since SPY is opening in predominantly selling area, how do if we look at the consolidation zones, SPY is opening at the higher end of the seller zone. Since we expect resistance at this level, we want a weak company. Now, I had a few stocks selected, especially there are two that look weak, Tesla and Oracle. They're opening near a resistance zone. But if we look at their 1 hour chart, Oracle tested the highs in the pre-market. It did not test the highs yesterday, it tested the lows. So Oracle showed that the buyers are present. That is what Oracle showed. Oracle did not confirm that the sellers are strong. So even though Oracle is opening technically weak and it looks like as if it's opening in a resistance level, Oracle is not exactly the weakest stock that I want to take. Same goes for Tesla. Even Tesla is weak. Tesla is opening below a resistance zone, but again, Tesla yesterday confirmed the buyers are present, and the area that was rejected yesterday, Tesla is trying to test that in the pre-market. So that makes Tesla a bad contender as well, despite these two stocks being weak stocks. These are not the best suited stocks for today. SPY or SMH, nothing predominantly looks weak. SPY is up 0.05%. Huh?
Check PANW.
Wait, I did mark. No, I did not mark PNW. There is nothing suggesting why we shouldn't take PANW. I saw. Why didn't I mark it? Baba is still in. PANW is weak as well, from what I understand.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you look for weak stock.
I was thinking Amazon, because Amazon has been very strongly rejected yesterday, and it is sitting in a seller zone. So you know, it's very like the first wave can be from the sellers.
But still on the uptrend though.
Yeah, 100% it's on an uptrend.
Still did not close below that resistance level. So the V shape that you see near the cup and handle.
This?
Yeah, it's still not below it. Do you see the resistance over there? It still didn't. It's still
Yeah,
not
no, I was
below.
thinking the same logic that I was using yesterday, multi-zone consolidation style. If it breaks this level, then I take short kind of style. But I
Yeah.
guess no, you are correct. PNW is, I think, I feel like it's better. Spread is kind of fucked up though. What is the ATR on PNW?
8.
Okay, not bad. PNW, no reason to not take it.
But it would be better to do stocks that you are comfortable with. No.
आप confused कर दिया आखिर मुझसे बोला था. Yes, PNW rejected high volume 166 and it's opening somewhere below this region. PNW showed that there are buys at 154, but it failed to make new highs. This is when the sellers. Wait, which other company did I have marked? I had marked Baba.
Baba's not a bad stock.
Baba is not bad either.
It went good. Look, Tracy said it over here and forward back though. Yeah, I might do Baba.
You to Baba? Because Baba rejected 132 and it is opening below 132. So you can get a move off of 133, sorry. 133. And now I have to really focus on PNW. I want to see SPY. How is SPY behaving? Sideways. I have to establish zones on SPY.
PNW last 1 घंटे में उठा क्यों था yesterday? Is that educational buying?
First, let's. First, let me mark the zones on SPY. SPY on the hourly chart is these are yesterday's zones. Let's try to mark. We have slightly high volume area here. So technically speaking, the best price that the sellers should think that they can get today is the highest price that SPY has ever gone, 697. Since SPY is planning on touching 700 today, and it is trading at 694. So 697 is very very viable, and SPY can break 699 and move into the 697 and move into the 700 zone. That remains to be seen. The lows in the pre-market that SPY is testing is 393. 693, and yesterday's slight consolidation happened at 692. SPY has rallied 2 days in a row and moved into a resistance zone. We feel like it should now test for sellers. How strong are the sellers? So we should, yeah, I strongly feel that 697 is the hard seller ceiling. It is not possible for SPY to not check 697 at all. I feel like today the story is going to revolve around 697 on SPY. I believe this is a hard seller ceiling. There is no multi-consolidation zone. The best price buyers can get today is not yesterday's low. I don't think it should be yesterday's low. I think it is 692. So I will not use this color, I will use this color. 692 is where I think is the area where buyers think they can get the best price today, in my opinion. So the story is about 697, how SPY is going to behave at 697, and the best price the buyers think they can get today is 692. I expect the sellers to be present with volume on 697. I do not, if 697 is being broken today, then sellers are not being tested, and since I am trying to take a short, I do not want 697 being very strong. So I don't want 697 being very weak. I don't want buyers to be very strong at 697. I want some repeated failure. I want weakness at 697. So if there is no weakness at 697, I will not take the trade. This is something I need to keep in mind. So let's take a look at PANW, because the story that I am trading today is the fact that SPY is going to go to 697, test 697, look for sellers there, because SPY is opening in a resistance zone, in a seller zone. So that is something that should happen. At least that should be the initial move. Since I am trading this story, my story needs to be concurrent. If the stock market opens and 697 is showing weakness, then that is not exactly good for me. That means I should not be taking a short on PANW. Anyway, now let's take a look at PANW and try to understand the story here. The story on PANW is that PANW dropped down to 140 after bad earnings. It was trying to hold 163. It dropped down to 140 after bad earnings, where it found support. The buyers were there, and then it rallied on much lower volume than when it was falling. So I'm assuming that when it was falling, the sellers were very strong, buyers were buying, and when it started rallying, the buyers pulled away a bit. I'm seeing even a low relative volume at time. That is what I am seeing. And then the stock proceeds to rally and move back up into this 160 to 170 zone, where it found sellers again, and then the stock started dropping. It dropped, went back to 140, where it wanted to check whether the buyers are there or not, and it found buyers again, and this time it did not wait. It immediately jumped back up to 150, with 150 being the next test. Again, the next test happened on 150, where it found buyers, and then it decided to rally. It found sellers immediately at 166 yesterday. How strong was the rejection at? Oh, PANW has not tested the highs yesterday as well. Okay, no, then that disqualifies PANW. It has not tested the highs. I'm switching back to Baba. Let's try to read the story on Baba. Baba has been falling after bad earnings. It fell even more. Okay, Baba looks weak. I'm going to stick with Baba today. It has been rallying. It has been strong. But from what I see, Baba still has many levels that it has to beat. So Baba is opening below the level that it tested yesterday, where it found sellers and after which it dropped. So it's going back up to that level. It is going to check 133 again. Yeah, Baba is actually. I'll stick with Baba. That is under the condition that SPY is weak at 697, because that is the story that I am going with. I'm expecting the market to show apparent weakness at 697. If the buyers are showing strength, if buyers are pushing into 697 with too much strength, I do not want that. I do not like that. I do not want there to be too much strength at 697 when the market opens. If it opens and immediately falls, okay, I will need to plan for that scenario. SPY can open and immediately fall as well. So in that case, I would need a good long stock. Baba is not the best long stock today. Or it can be, since it is jumping up. Okay, so Baba can play both sides. Should I use multi-zone consolidation on Baba or no? No, I don't feel it. Because Baba has rallied very strong and it is going and checking for sellers today, so Baba is not weak. Baba can drop to 130.5, which was its where the buyers suddenly stepped up yesterday, and at the end at 130.5. So if 132, 133 fails again, we expect some buying presence to be there at 130. But do we expect buyers to step in again after it fails 133? That is very unlikely. So if Baba tests for buyers first, I might actually participate in the 130 move. If it immediately fails 133, I will hold it longer. I will hold it long. So that is okay. That is very interesting. That is interesting. That is making sense to me. That is making sense to me. What else should I pay attention to? So let me try to mark Alt J, Alt J. Okay, I can still get a trade on Baba even if SPY is weak and jumping into the 697 with strength. In that scenario, if Baba falls and I see front running on 130.52, I can still get a long trade on Baba. So okay, first scenario, SPY opens, moves into the 697 zone, where it finds immediate weakness and starts falling. In that case, I expect Baba to, do the same. In that case, I expect SPY to be the leader. I expect Baba to do the same, and I will try to get an immediate short
Why did
at 133. Yeah, bro.
you told keep PNW में it didn't check for sellers yesterday. It checked for sellers yesterday. Check at the five. Look at the 5 minute graph.
No, it did.
Look at the 5 minute graph. It did not check for buyers. Still. I mean, buyers kind of showed up at 158, but it was at 2130. That's all. 830 पे वो weird shit करना शुरू कर देते हैं. Look, the first three candles, the first 15 minutes, very well checked for buyers, sellers. Yeah, and you can see two wicks back to back, and third wick even lower, and then it fell.
Yeah, you are correct, bro. I was looking at the 1 hour chart.
Yeah, even I saw in the 1 hour, but in the 1 hour it's showing some fuck shit. It's not showing properly.
No, 1 hour because it needs to show the whole hour, no? And market opens at 30.
हाँ तब सही से नहीं दिखा था.
You are correct. It properly rejected 165.
मुझे
then.
बात तो भी बाबा करे. I'm just saying for like future reference in case if you're looking next time like that. Even for Tesla and all, if you're looking, look 5 minutes. जैसे हाँ लेकिन टेस्ला को उसने सही से रिजेक्ट नहीं किया था. एक ही बार रिजेक्ट किया था that's it. Buy just turning up. So yeah, but कौन सा रिजेक्ट? तो बाबा करा बाबा की प्लान है. तू बाबा.
You can trade pawn if SPY is weak. If SPY is strong, then you cannot trade pawn. You need another stock.
That's my plan.
You are going to trade weakness.
Yeah. I want SPY to be weak in the first 5 minutes. उसके बाद जो भी करे नहीं करे because pawn is fundamental hella weak. If you go the full chart, trend bias is bearish with
What
high
does the
story confidence.
what does the app show?
Why? Trend bias is bearish with high story confidence.
Okay, pawn W it is. If for any reason SPY is strong, we do not take any trades today. Right?
Yeah, no, I won't be taking. If SPY opens and beats this thing, then I won't be taking.
Beat 697, then
Yeah.
we are not touching anything because I do not have a plan for that. Because that is not the most likely case. But we still have 20 minutes. I can still plan. No, that will just cause too much issue with the
It
brain.
should be as simple as possible.
Yeah.
Anything should be as simple as possible.
Oh, you are correct. It properly rejected 655, 165.5, which is
Like back to back.
yeah, and it was very very strong. It was so strong that it dropped PANW all the way down to. No, PNW is actually the weakest. It's very nice. My bad, bro. Dropped it to 159. Okay, so the where is the best price? Okay, then I expect PNW to open and just fall. I need to have SPY 5 minutes open. Another reason okay, what if SPY opens and immediately falls right at the.
It shouldn't. It still has a $7 move.
Because SPY is relative volume at time is very low on SPY.
No, it should fall. It should fall. It just has $3 difference.
No, but what if it opens and immediately falls? Then we miss the move on PA and W. We
It's
will
fine.
not. It's not fine, Hamza. The fuck do you know it's fine? Then we cannot go long on PA and W at all.
No, then we can trade Tesla for long. Tesla is bullish with high story confidence. And yesterday you saw that the buyers were pushing the sellers. Yeah. And it should
Okay,
be
which
for-
stock can I? Because if SPY opens and falls, that means it's trying to search for buyers today again at lower level. That is not the story is not at 697. It is trying to search for buyers. In that case, it would be best to wait a bit and then go long. So the best stock for that I think is
But ideally SPY should open, check 697 and then follow.
No, it is not compulsory, Hamza. SPY can open and go anywhere. It can look for buyers first as well. There's no rule. You need to be prepared for both sides.
No, I'm saying like, okay, if it opens and falls, what does that mean?
You would be correct
that
if
even means that the sellers are they're desperate sellers.
that does not matter. You would be correct if relative volume at time was high, but it's very low. That means there is no major, no one like actually trying to push SPY. SPY is just floating, and that means the immediate push should come from the sellers, because if SPY is floating and sellers were to push the price down, SPY should go down. Check for buyers first today. In that case,
PW players. Today where is it opening? It's opening at 162. It's even opening below the second resistance yesterday. Resistance opening very weak.
interesting. I will switch to TSMF. Today buyers are trying to, if SPY was trying to look for buyers.
163 is major structural support. कब ये तो मैंने भी मार किया मैंने कब का मार किया मैंने
कितना कितना 160 कितना
3
पॉइंट
बस 163 ये मैंने भी
हाँ 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 163 हाँ मैंने ही मार्क किया
कैसे मुझे तो याद भी नहीं से मार्क करना nothing is even close to it
No, if you look at like you look at the chart it shows very clearly.
Where? Like things are bouncing off of 166.22.
No, the fuck, bro. I have two important levels. First is 164 and the other is 163.
163 कहाँ पे?
For two reasons. This one, 163.
Okay नहीं मैं पीछे का चेक कर रहा था
And this is 164.
and 166 also important
166 नहीं जाएगा 160 कहाँ चला जाएगा तुम पागल हो
no in case if it beats
Shut the fuck up, bro. If it's going 166, then you are not shorting PNW. Do not short PNW if it's going 166.
true no I'm just saying it's still 11
164 is the upper limit for me today on PNW. I just wish PNW does not open and fall, because then I will not get a move. I will put market order for 2 size. Sell market. Yes. The moment it opens, 2 falls.
तो अपना स्टॉप लॉस भी लगा दें 164 के ऊपर
Yeah. Oh, मैंने Amazon पे लगा दिया.
ये नहीं यार
Sell market. SL above. अरे ये क्यों आ जाता है बार बार यार. Above 160.
कैंसिल करना पड़ेगा सोच सकते हैं 164.6 नहीं कल 164.5 से गिरा है वो.
I'm expecting it to immediately turn from 163, and if not, then 164 is my upper limit. It should not be crossing 164. If it's crossing 164, then I'm done. तो फिर वो मेरे साथ गेम हो गया.
Fair enough. How much you will lose? $5 nothing.
Yeah. Then I'll add more size when it goes up to 163 point something and rejects. Then I will add the rest 3, and then I'll hold. And I'll see क्या story बन रहा है.
By the way, I realized mathematically error we did.
What? What?
We are like एक stock एक position में we need to make $15 no.
Yeah.
So if you are taking 2 positions 1, 2, 1, 3, that means from that 5 stocks you need to make $30.
What?
Because वो 2 positions open हो गया. So from 1 position you need $15. From 2 positions you need $30.
For Hamza, for 5 stocks, how much you need a day? For 300.
So 5 stocks?
Yeah.
It depends on the position. It's not on the day. We are not calculating by the day. We are calculating by the amount of positions open.
So I'm asking you by positions. If I'm trading 5 stocks, how much do I need
Oh.
per day?
So if you have 5 stocks and you make $5 a day, 300 divided by 5, you need $60. So if you have 5 stocks,
No.
wait. And you get
Check how much do I need to make per day.
$2.
That is what you have to check.
10.
For 20 minimum days, no? Divide 300 by 20. How much is that?
15 हुआ ना.
बस ख़त्म बात ब्रो. आदमी को चाट रहे हो तुम. I am under the assumption that SP1. Okay, let me. Can I write things down? I can. Okay, I'll quickly narrate my entire plan. SPY is expected to open at 697, and I expect the buyers to be present on SPY at 692. The Now what I am betting on today is how SPY is going to test 697, how SPY is going to behave around 697. The two possibilities that I have thought is that either SPY goes up to 697 where it faces immediate rejection, or consistent rejection, after which SPY falls, or SPY first moves down. SPY opens and immediately moves down to 692 where it checks for buyers first. I'm expecting these two scenarios. The scenario that I have not accounted for and I will not be trading, or maybe I can trade, is SPY beating 697, and that I'll just switch to Baba and buy at 130 or whatever, some 30 price. I will try to go long on some stock, whichever stock is offering me the best opportunity, or maybe I'll wait or something. I will see. And so basically, but these are the main two scenarios that I am planning for. And the stock that I am choosing to trade is PANW. PANW is a predominantly weak stock which has chosen to reject 165.5. It opened, pushed into 165.5 area and immediately fell yesterday. And today it is trying to, and after it found buyers at find buyers. At 158, it decided to then rally. This is important to like understand. And today it is trying to go back up and check that level. I expect resistance to be at 163 and 164. These are my two resistance levels. I'm going to see how PANW behaves at these two levels. I've taken a market order short that basically short PANW whenever the market opens. I'm expecting PANW to hold 163, and I want it to fall from there, or I can let it go up to 164 and then take immediate shorts when PANW shows weakness. All of this is based on my understanding of the SPY. So again, the reason I'm narrating this plan, even though I had it in mind, is because I want to always keep a consistent order inside my head that I should follow whenever I'm taking trades. First is you check where is the SPY opening. You check if it is opening in a buyer zone or a seller zone. Then you decide, okay, because based on that, you try to figure out where is the best price that you think the buyers should be taking today and the sellers should be taking today. If you cannot tell, then you try to identify the pivot levels based on which you can identify where the best price for the buyers and the sellers is. After you have identified, you can, and this is where I use multi-zone consolidation style when I'm not sure what the best price the buyers and the sellers think should be, and they are going to wait for the levels to show for them to identify which are the best levels for them. But today that is not necessary on SPY because SPY has very clear levels. From what I understand, very clear levels on what the best price the buyers think it is today and what the best price the sellers think is today. I cannot already be hungry. Then the next thing you do based on the story that you have built, and then you build a story on SPY, what is going on, and based on the news and everything, and then you try to identify, okay, what is the best stock to trade based on the story that you have built. Since I built the story that 695 is going to be rejected on SPY has moved up 2 days in a row, and 697 is going to be rejected. Now there are two things that can happen: either SPY comes down to test 692 first, or it goes up to check the 697 first. In the case that it moves down to check 692 first, PANW immediately becomes a bad trade. We cannot trade PANW anymore because actually I cannot trade PANW because it will first go and look for buyers, and looking and checking for buyers is going to give a strength to the sellers to move up if, for example, the buyers are there. And if the buyers are not there, then the price action will just become very choppy on PANW, and we cannot take any trade on PANW.
Then
So
why are you taking market position?
huh?
Then why are you taking a market position?
Because I expect PNW to hold. If like it falls in the pre-market, then I'll close my market position. If it doesn't, then I will.
No, like if you're expecting SPY to go up and check and then fall, yeah, then PNW should be a bit stronger. And if it's falling and then checking for buyers first, then also it's bad. So it makes no sense having a market position open.
What do you mean? No. If SPY opens and directly falls, then if I have a market position, that is good because then PNW will fall as well. I cannot take any position after that move has happened. In that case, holding a market position would not make any sense. But I'm expecting the SPY will open and immediately fall. If it does not fall, if it goes up to 697 SPY, then my trade is not invalidated. It's still valid, and I will try to take another size at 600, 163.5 or wherever PNW falls again. But if PNW falls in the pre-market itself, then I will drop my position. Then I will not hold it. Like if it goes down to 160 in the pre-market itself, then I'll have to drop my market position.
Basically now.
Yeah. So I have to keep. If you expect अरे ब्रो यार,
क्या दे गया?
नहीं, I was narrating. I don't know if you're expecting. Anyway, so this was the idea. In that case, if in case SPY goes down to check for 692 first, then I might switch to Baba and trade and try to go long on Baba. But is Baba the best stock to go long? Actually, then I might not take any. I might not take any trades. I will just stick to what is easy for me now. This might be a bit more advanced maneuver. It's entirely possible, but I will not take it for now. I will just wait it out a bit.
Bro,
Hmm.
PNW at 164.5.
Now?
Yeah. Huh? No. Yeah.
Yeah, it did. And where is SPY?
So there.
No, I'll sell market.
SPY got rejected from 695.
695 is not the rejection level also. That is just three sellers. Okay, PNW is falling despite rejection, despite SPY rising. Can we expect? Let me bring my SL at break even. Show mixed.
Oh shit.
Okay, PANW failed 165, moved down to 163 where I was expecting sellers to be. It should fail. I do not want it coming back up.
Are you in position?
Yeah, yeah. I had market order.
Same.
You're trading on TTPO?
On a TDPO.
Okay, this previous candle was indecision, bro.
नहीं bro can let it beat the man. That is because the SPY is going up. But
Ah.
just some strength is there.
Okay, so SPY is testing 697 first, which was a scenario we wanted.
If you take partial out, you can. Because I don't know.
Be quiet.
Actually, no. Actually, no.
I'm dropping because I'm seeing very high volume on PNW.
Despite that, it's not pushing up. I feel. it bad for you, bro.
I mean, there is something weird about PANW. Why are the buyers being this strong?
Look at SPY now, bro. SPY is pushing into new territory today.
No, despite that, this is not what I had in mind. This was supposed to be the level PNW failed. This was supposed to be the level that fails properly. 165 was not the level supposed to go.
To be honest, it did fail the second time. It did fail 163, the other level. What is that level that you marked? 163 only, no?
Yeah,
नहीं ऊपर वाला
164.
Yes, so it did fail 164.
It's this first wave, Hamza. Please don't. This is the level that was supposed to be like strong rejection. Did PNW open? Did I read the story wrong? PNW is stronger than what I anticipated. I should have dropped for a profit and not loss. That is different. But it could have rallied from here as well. I would have lost even more.
Wait, did you get from market order?
SPY is trying to crawl to. Okay. Okay.
failed massive.
Hmm.
Pawn also falling.
अपना ट्रेड करो ना।
मेरा मेरा हो गया, मैं अपना पोजीशन बंद कर दिया, मैं कुछ कर भी नहीं रहा हूँ।
यार मैं शॉर्ट लेके ड्रॉप कर दिया, अभी मैंने लिया। अच्छा ये लोग 75 सेंट्स उसका काटते हैं ना, और
Fees.
एग्जैक्ट, हाँ। मैं बोलूँ बार बार जो है कम क्यों हो जाता है। आई मस्ट हैव लॉस्ट सो मच इन फीस। एक्चुअली ये भी ठीक है, दे पनिश frequent order placement, not punish but like
know that ATR my ass over my shit just moved $2 in 1 hour in half an hour.
Good call in Tesla and Oracle, both were very bad shots.
Both are very good shots.
Yeah.
You know what? अपना ये वाला पोजीशन खुला रखा है.
इससे अच्छा मैं SPY ही ट्रेड कर लेता है.
क्या वो कैसे क्या आप कर रहे हैं? I came to check because I saw you take so many positions. I'm like, oh, भाई कितना position कर रहा है बंदा? Yeah. How did you know?
Wait, no. If you were so focused, you should have taken the trades.
ट्रेन के बीच में होगा एक मिनट.
तुम उठा रे कमीना तो खा.
अरे यार मैं डोर बंद करे ना.
कितना बदतमीज. तेरी बीवी आज तेरी बीवी आज तेरी बीवी आज तेरी बीवी आज.
I'm trying to hit where it hurts. छूट यार